butter. First you need 2 soft sticks of unsalted butter. Today we're making roasted garlic mashed potatoes with cheese.
You need 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. So cut off some leaves on your parsley. And you don't need a whole lot, it's just 2 tablespoons. Reserve the rest for later, and then just slowly chop the pieces.
So you need 2 sticks of butter. And you unwrap the butter and throw it in your mixer. And this is the butter that we set out to soften.
You need 1 tablespoon of dried sage. And then you need one tablespoon of thyme, dried also. You need 1 teaspoon of pepper. You need 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. An 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. Now we need to mix it all together. Cream our butter with the ingredients. Start out slow so the spices don't fly up in your face. Then speed up a little bit to cream it all together. As you can see, it's all creamed and mixed together pretty well. Now we need to scrape off our butter and get it into a plastic container. Now scrape your bowl into a plastic container. Then you're going to need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You need 4 heads, that's right, heads, not cloves, 4 whole heads of garlic, and you cut each one in half. And use your nice sharp knife. A sheet of foil, about a foot wide. Put your garlic onto it. It is weird we're keeping them in the skins, but it's just because we're roasting them. We're going to squeeze them out later. So get your garlic on there. Then you got to drizzle it with olive oil. So drizzle just means, you know, a little decent amount. You don't have to go crazy on it. Then we're going to wrap this up and put it in a 350 degree oven for an hour. So we've got our olive oil and garlic and a thing of tinfoil. Now we need to put it in our 350 degree oven. We have a turkey in there right now, but there's room for it. Come back in an hour and then we're going to squeeze those cloves out of there and mash them up with some mashed potatoes. So take your 2-pound potatoes, put them in a pot, and then fill them with water. Or fill the pot with water. And you don't have to use a 12-quart pot like I'm doing. It's just the only one I had that was big enough. So take it off the water, and then we need to add some kosher salt to it. We need to add 2 tablespoons of kosher salt to these potatoes in cold water. With certain spices and ingredients, it's good to measure them out over a trash can or sink, because some have a tendency to all just shoot out at once, and you don't want that getting in what you're making. So that was 1 tablespoon. And here's our 2nd tablespoon. Now we need to get this over medium-low to medium heat and bring it to a boil. Got our pot on our stovetop. Now raise the temperature on it from medium-low to medium, in between those two. And we need to boil them uncovered.
Now that our potatoes are done, I'm going to dump them out in the sink in the colander.
Alright, so take your potatoes that you just boiled for 45 minutes, throw them in your mixer, and you can break them up with a fork if you want before you beat them. Mash them up with a fork and then get all 3 of them in there, or your 2 pounds. Add 1 whole stick of softened butter to your potatoes. Then we need half a cup of olive oil. You need 1 cup of buttermilk.
Next, you add the garlic to the potato mix.
Now we need to add in our shredded Gruyere and cheddar cheese. Now add some salt and pepper to taste. And then we're going to mix it all up. The mashed potatoes turned out pretty good, but they were a little chunky. And if you're not a fan of garlic, I'd stay away from this recipe. There was a lot of it. The mashed potatoes, really make sure you mash them up when your potatoes are hot. If your potatoes cool down, you're going to have chunky mashed potatoes. Good luck!